Hey folks, been running around still. Hadn't checked in since this morning, but I thought I'd bring this important piece of information to you. Tether just printed 2 billion more USDT. 2 billion more. Since January 1st, they've printed 7 billion. Now what's been going on in January? Well, we had a little run up, right, in XRP and the market as a whole. But then now in the last, couple of weeks, we've had a little turmoil, right, a back test. Things are happening. We had the Genius Act passed. We had crypto week. All these things are kind of brewing and cooking. Well, while that's going on and people out here in the market, the retail consumer, is getting worried and starting to think, well, you know, maybe this is a little too much volatility for me, and maybe it's not what they're saying it's going to be. Major players are making moves, and the people in the know what's up. And one thing we know is every time Tether prints, Bitcoin goes up. That's why I know I've seen Bitcoin go up to about $120,000. I don't think it's done. I just don't. I think that it may just hit the 150 to 175. You know, when you print that much Tether, that's typically what happens. So my expectation is Bitcoin will move up higher, which is good for us because the higher they go, when the moment comes for them to tumble back down and lose their dominance, that's that much more money and momentum going into the altcoin market. So it means we're going to go that much higher. So, I mean, we'll see which way that pans out, but you got to know this is happening. And that's why you should never get yourself shaken out of a market over emotions. You know, if you understand the fundamentals of the investment you have made, which is like XRP in our case, it's a majority investment, then I don't worry about it. I don't worry about it the day I bought it. I didn't worry about it through the lawsuit. And I'm not worried about it today. I mean, come on, man, I'm way up. And I know where it's headed. Even where we are now, it's a pittance compared to where I believe it's going to be. So Paul Barron over on the Paul Barron Network did another little poll, and check out. His question was, this was today, 7 hours, well really 8 hours ago when I pulled this. But he's asking altcoin must-haves during this dip. And as usual, XRP beats out all those other players you're looking at there. And of all the other ones, my next favorite is Avalanche. These two right here are rookie clowns in my opinion. I ain't playing with that. Solana is there to make back the money for all the people that lost money on the FTX scam that happened. You remember FTX. Well, this is the coin they held the most, and they want to pump that thing and get retail in there so they make their money back and then cash out. That's my opinion. Ethereum has always been a scam in my opinion. It does what it does, but it doesn't do it very well. Once programmability goes live in January of 2026 on XRP, Ethereum will be a thing of the past because programmability is the only difference between these two. This guy has smart contracts. Programmability will give XRP smart contracts. Now, Avalanche is a DeFi protocol and a very good one. And so that would be my second favorite must-have amongst this group here. And speaking of DeFi protocols, Aave, which is, I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, it may be the largest one and with the deepest liquidity pools, they're expanding to the XRP ledger. No shock there. Why wouldn't you? That's, you know, I think most people understand that the XRP ledger looks like it's developing itself to be the backbone of the financial system for the future financial system. So you'd have to be connected to that to, I guess, be taken seriously in the future. And so here's Paul Barron interviewing the guy from Aave. I don't know if he's a CEO or a founder. Let's see if it says here. No, it doesn't say there. I don't recall who he is, but I do think he is the co-founder. But I guess somebody will correct me there in the comments. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think of all this information. Let's check out the video together, and then I can go get myself some goodies because I'm starving, man. So let's check this out. We'll see you guys on the next one. Till next time, adios, amigos.
What is the likelihood of having XRP and Solana within the Aave ecosystem?
Wrapping these assets in having them on EVM, that's the kind of like a short-term, I would say, path. But I would like to see, as part of my kind of idea of having Aave everywhere, seeing Aave also down the line on Solana and in the Ripple ecosystem. And Aave already has the biggest pool for RL USD. So that has been a really significant accomplishment.
That is alone would probably supercharge what you guys are doing in terms of just exposure.